Pagans and paganism. Paganism is considered earth-based or nature-based. Nature and environments, as well as stars, natural cycles, were considered sacred. They worshipped their ancestors and believed they resided in the wind, earth, fire, and water, etc. They associated the energies and forces to be gods and goddesses. The pentacle represents paganism and symbolizes the connected spirit. Now, the pentacle would be a five-pointed star that is connected with a circle all around it, and each one of the points would represent air, fire, earth, water, and spirit. And inside of them, you would have your five senses, which is see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. So paganism is considered the earliest religion, and today there are many types of paganism. The problem with pagan religion, though, is paganism is the answer without the explanation, causing people to believe in magic rather than science, to worship gods and goddesses rather than study from teachers. The modern-day pagans follow the ancient stories of Ra and other ancient Egyptians. Gematria is the Greek word for the pre-pagan religion. First, you need to understand back then, religion meant new law. It was religion. Same thing as new law or revised law. The first commandments were 613, not 10, and they were considered laws. The word God comes from the word Anunnaki, who were considered gods. This reality is they were actually titles for political leading positions, such as Yahweh is equivalent to president. So basically paganism is a study of just the answers. You do not know how you got to those answers, which causes you to believe in all sorts of weird things that would give you these answers. Gematria, which is probably it's just a Greek word, but there's another word for it. It was the pre-pagan law. It was the study of supreme mathematics or sacred geometry, and as that study gave birth to all different types of science. And this is what can explain what we call the magic or occult. Just because our modern day science can't prove it doesn't mean it's magic. A lot of these magics can be explained by Gematria or sacred geometry or supreme mathematics, whichever you wish to call it. It is considered those who become master teachers could perform magic in the old days. Now, again, this is witchcraft, sorcery, all this stuff. It's not so much evil as it is pre-pagan. People who follow it now are more or less pagans because we don't understand it. We look at it as magic. We look at it as the occult or unknown, basically. But everything does have a known. It does have a possibility. It does have a reason for why it can come to that. And Gematria is the study of that. Magic also, which is basically just an illusion. In some cases it could really be telekinesis, but again, telekinesis can be explained scientifically, and later on I will get into that. The ancient symbol of Gematria was the six-pointed star, and the six-pointed star would be the not interlocking star as many would have you believe, but the six-pointed star is actually an upward triangle and a downward triangle placed over each other, and by doing this you would have 6 points and 6 angles. Now each one of the 6 points would be your air, fire, earth, and wind, plus on the top and bottom you would have your good and evil balance, and inside of it you would have your 5 senses plus your extra sense, the 6th sense, like we're all supposed to have, which is basically see, smell, touch, taste, hear, and the extra sense of telekinesis, telepathy, basically godlike powers, our spiritual energy, our ether, our etheric energy. The six-pointed star has multiple meanings. Aside from that, it is the Gematria symbol is also the Star of David. And okay, so let me explain the Star of David a minute. The Star of David is a star that we will see in the sky 2 years before Nibiru comes into our solar system. It's like a warning sign. Again, Gematria is the study of supreme mathematics. Mathematics is, or sacred geometry is the study of patterns that go over and over and over and over and break into smaller patterns and even smaller patterns and even smaller patterns. Our whole solar system is based on Gematria. Sumerians knew this study and they basically indoctrinated it into their way of life. This is how they were able to tell when Nibiru was passing and what would be the cause of it. Back then, you had a lot of rulers who knew what was going on. They knew the cycle. Maybe the civilians and everything didn't know what was going to happen, but the rulers did know what was going to happen. For instance, a ruler would know when a solar eclipse was going to happen, and he would use that to his advantage to basically manipulate the rest of the citizens into following him, proving that he had connection to the gods. So, like a pharaoh now would say to all his citizens, you have to follow me because I am going to, I have connection to the gods and I'm going to prove it. I am going to block in the sun right now, knowing that at that exact specific time there would be a solar eclipse. And then he would say, all those of you must need to follow me because I have the connection to God and I am the ruler over the land and I am going to give you back the sun now. And the solar eclipse would end and all the people would see that the pharaoh or whoever had this power, even though it wasn't so much a power that he had, it was more or less knowledge of the cycle of the stars and everything. Now we go to the Star of David. The Star of David will appear when all of our planets are aligned and the sun is behind them. What this does is it causes Mars to look like a giant red star in the sky, and this is the Star of David, warning us that in 2 years Nibiru will be in our solar system.